Be with his wife, and both of them now becomes one flesh. Period. I want to make this perfectly clear. This means that you must grow up and take responsibilities. A woman like a man that can handle responsibility. A strong man.
Strong.
Not no weakling, a strong man. Again, anyone can father a child, but to be a father, it takes commitment, it takes courage, it takes faith in God. It takes leadership. He becomes a leader. Amen. And that's right. In his household. And he leads by the example that has been already laid out for him. In other words, his father should be a good example.
Yes, he should.
Now we make excuses. We say, well, you don't have to be like your dad. He was a drug one, but he was all the time out. His daddy was a rolling stone. And we see people take pride in that now. We say, my daddy did it. But there's no pride in that. Paul said, don't let these things be named once among us.
That's right.
Man, that's right. Every man has to give an account for himself, but we shouldn't take the load in out. That's right. Every man needs, and he must, that's one of my requirements, have a job to support his bride.
Good job.
Must have a bank account. Got to have a bank account. I said, when my son got his job, I said, you need a bank account, and you need a 401. You need to get started. Get started. Because one day you'll come and tell me you want to get married. And I'm not going to support you right. And if we can't tell our son this, we need to support his wife. We need to teach him what manhood is all about. Amen. Ain't that right? Every man needs and must have a job. You don't need to be at McDonald's all the time. You can start there, but you don't need to stay there. You need to apply yourself. A baby can drink $150 worth of milk a week. You need to count up the cost. All these high-priced tennis shoes, these satin pictures, once you become a man, these things need to get out of your life. Bad habits. House payment, insurance, medical expenses, property taxes. Make sure your wife get a dental cleaning every 6 months. This stuff needs to be in your perspective. Come on, somebody. You're transitioning now. 50 pair of tennis shoes. A married man.
Wow. Who is that?
I know some of them down. I'm not up here just talking. 50 pair of shoes laid out.
Wow.
But the wife knows snotty. There's no heat in the house. It's wrong. That's not being a man.
Amen.
Come on now.
All right.
He must be a sober-minded, not job hopping from job to job. Every time you get home, you got a story to tell. I got a story to tell. I got fired today. It's gonna be all right. I'm gonna need you for a couple of weeks. I'm gonna call on you for a couple of weeks. You know I'm the head. You gotta stop that. You must be a sober-minded individual, huh? A provider of shelter and transportation for his wife. It's not always good to live in close distances. So when you're doing this thing, you need to plan it. Man, this car talk like a 50-50. And we ought to set ourselves for this. And we ought to live in between the two parents, not in hollering distance. I know a lot of times we can't help it, but I've seen it. Where they live right in hollering distance, you can hear the husband and the man going at it. Then daddy's in the yard working, he stopped and he looked. Next day he knocked on the door. And he's going in trying to take care of the situation. It can be a bad situation. It can result in a bad situation. Mama can run over there trying to stop it. All she did is try to stop it, but she didn't get a knife in her.
Amen.
So when we marry, we need to be independent.
Amen.
Dependent solely on our mates.
Amen.
That's right.
Amen. That's right. I always talk about a cooling down period. Don't leave for the night. not sleeping in the next room. Me and my wife never did that. If I get upset with her, you better bet you I'm gonna get straight before we go to sleep.
Amen.
I ain't going in no other room. You got to sleep with the light on. You got to get this thing straight. The Bible said don't let the sun go down on our wrath.
That's right.
A lot of times we say, well, you gonna sleep around there, or get out, and we get out. Amen. And that's right. The wife said, get out, and we get out. You say, oh, I'm glad to get out. Why are we running all the time? Why can't we straighten out these problems?
Amen.
If I have a problem with my wife and we have a discussion, should nobody else know about it?
That's right.
It shouldn't get that bad in a saved home.
Amen.
A home where it's getting that bad is not a saved home. If it's saved, it's not as saved as it should be.
Amen.
You mean to tell me Pastor Finney heard us last night? Hmm? And when we come to church, when we first get married, we open the door for our wife. Ain't that right? Close the door, kissing her through the car. And 6 years later, you're going to the same church with the same people, but the door hit the dress is in the door. And you get out and you go crank up, and she's going down the road with a dress hanging out the door. There's a problem coming. That's the version of a problem. What you do the first day you got her, you're supposed to do it until you get 90, 100 years old. You're still doing the same thing. If you were bringing her grapes before you marry, you're still supposed to bring grapes home. And the grapes are not supposed to be for the children. They're supposed to be for the apple of your eye. What you do in the beginning, it should keep going.
Keep going.
Keep it live.
Keep it live.
Amen.
That's right.
Amen.
Sober-minded individuals.
Amen.
Homeless shelter. The reason that I'm teaching it like this, sometimes it filters to the parents. We already covered that. They can get in your business. They can take sides. It can lead to turmoil, hard feelings, and separation. Now you can't stand mama-law. I want my mother. It makes me sick to see her coming. She'll never get that back. The mother-in-law should still be as a mother. Father-in-law should still be a father. Amen, that's right. Come on.
Yeah.
That's right. But then it should be to certain degrees. A marriage doesn't fail overnight. We just talked about that. What you've done in the beginning, she shouldn't get no uglier. The woman shouldn't get no uglier. Any feedback on that? Who's married? Let me see your hand. Your wife look any uglier? And she looked at the beginning?
Still as beautiful then as she is now.
That's right. That's correct. Amen. And she will remain as beautiful. As long as the devil won't come into your house.
That's right.
Isn't that right? How many of you know today in today's world, women are chasing men?
Oh, yes.
They're chasing them for a mile. Women are playing it.
Oh, yeah.
I work on a job where a man be at his machine working, and the people laughing at him because his wife is somewhere else on the same job.
Same job.
Same job. And she's around the corner, but no spirit of God, no intuition, don't even have no intuitions. And people looking at him.
Everybody knows him.
The whole department knows he's the only one that don't know. That's Paul. Riding in the same car. You know that's sad. And it takes a low man to do that. Amen, that's right. But your marriages can become tainted, but it doesn't happen all overnight. Hmm? When you are experiencing marital problems, you'll find that your problems are either minor, major, or somewhere in the middle, but if it's a problem, it's a problem. And it needs to be straightened out. If, for some reason, your wife is doing something that's negative, and you don't like it, you let her know. She can't fix it unless you talk about it. You have to do over talk. Communication is the key.
It's the key.
Amen, that's right. Don't ever not talk to them. Don't ever seek help outside your home before talking to your wife. Don't ever, now I teach this, start eating macaroni and cheese from the lady that works with you. I've seen some sorry men dump their wife food in the trash because Mary was bringing the food. That's a problem. They'd rather eat outside the home and the people on the job looking at it. That's not holiness.
Amen.
And that's right. You're losing integrity. You're losing all your respect for your wife
Amen.
when you do things like that. If she's going to take time to fix you lunch, do please eat it.
I know that. Amen.
Stop eating from these other women. Can't hear nobody. Practice openness with your spouse. You agree with that? Always tell the truth. Don't have the car fixed and not tell him about it. Wrecked the car and had it fixed. Didn't tell him. He had to find out from somebody else. I've seen that. It's not good. Be fair. Think before you do. Rash decisions can cost you a relationship.
Amen.
Riding home with another man. That's not good. Husband, let's not be so sorry that our wife has to catch a ride home.
That's right.
Amen.
That's sorry. Come on now. Let's look at it. She had to catch a ride home. You setting her up. She's a weak vessel. Now she's in the car with another man. You don't have to bring her home.
No, sir.
You ever thought about that? You don't have to bring her home.
That's right.
He can have her over his way.
They don't lie.
Now who is to blame? Who is to blame? The man. That's right. Why? Because he's not a provider. Something happened to the car, she needs to know that. My honey's on his way. He'll be here after a while. Well, can I get you anything? No. You can't do nothing for me. My man is on the way. That's how we need to stage out.
Yes, sir.
If we're not doing that, it's no fair.
That's right.